Okay? Like you could serve someone with a smile on your face or a wink or whatever while resisting them still in your heart. You can say, hey, Yahweh bless you. But thinking in your head, I can't stand this person. Yahweh bless you. So today we're going to talk about that and why it matters and how we can actually change. Not just fake it better, but actually change. Okay? So let's define the word attitude here. So your attitude is the posture of your heart, right? It's your internal disposition towards something or someone. I want y'all to look at this image. Can y'all see this image? This iceberg right here? So the top of this iceberg right here in this picture, it's above the water. It's a small part above it, and that's what people see right here. People can see this. Okay? And they can see your actions, they can see your words, they can see your facial expressions. But this massive part underwater, that's what Yahveh sees. Look how bigger that is than the actual on top, the surface. So people see this, Yahveh sees all that. All this masa down here. All the attitude right there, all the facial expressions, all the neck. You know how people do their little neck like that? That's what Yahveh sees right there. Okay? But here's what Scripture says. Let me read from Proverbs 4, verse 23. It says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So if everything flows from the heart, your actions are downstream from your attitudes, right? So if you have a bitter attitude, eventually bitter actions will leak out. If you have a critical attitude, critical words will escape your mouth, and you can't hold it in. Like you can only hold it in for so long. So here's my question for you all. And you can answer this out loud, or you can just say it in your head, whatever. It's going to show on your face if you do. Can you have good actions with a bad attitude? Why don't y'all think about that? Huh? See a lot of heads shaking no, some shrugging their shoulders. Can you have good actions with a bad attitude? I've asked multiple people this question before today. Some say yes. Come on, I want y'all to. You think you can? You think you cannot? Think about it. I think you can, okay? I think you could have, let's see, you could have good actions with a bad attitude, personally. So, for example, you could volunteer to help someone move, for instance. You could show up on time to work. You could work hard all day, but you could resent every single moment of it. You know, from the outside, it looks like service. Like, here I am. Use me. I'm here for you. But Yahveh sees your heart grumbling the entire time. So I believe you can. In fact, Paul says in Philippians 2, if you have that in front of y'all, verse 14 says, do everything without what? Grumbling and complaining. Yahveh doesn't just care what you do, he cares about the why behind the what. He cares about your attitude. Amen? So now I want to teach y'all some Hebrew words. This is why I asked y'all to get a piece of paper. These Hebrew words will help us understand this better, okay? So let's write them down. So throughout this teaching, I'm going to introduce you to several Hebrew words to go with this teaching. And these words are from the original language of Torah. And they give us a deeper insight into what Yahveh cares about. So this first word right here, if y'all can see it, it's lev. Say it with me, guys. Lev. L-E-V. It's pretty simple. Lev. Does anybody know what lev is? So lev means heart. The Hebrew word lev is just the heart. But not just the organ that pumps blood. In Hebrew thinking, your lev is your entire inner person. This means your mind, your will, your emotions, your attitudes, your intentions. It's who you really are when no one is looking. So Proverbs 4:23 says, guard your lev above all else. Guard it. Okay? So when Solomon says, guard your heart above all else, he's saying, guard your lev. Protect your inner world. Watch over your attitudes. Because everything flows from your lev. Everything. You know, they say, speak from your heart. Well, speak from your lev. So here's one I want to start asking you. What's the condition of y'all's lev? Right here, right now, this moment. What is the condition of your lev? What attitudes are you carrying around? And what's going on really inside? Right. Is it joy? Are y'all happy? Are y'all stressed? Are you jealous? Are you a hater? Are you just evil? Because I know dang well not all of us are happy 24/7. We're not like, hey, except for Dell. Dell's a hoot. Huh? That's a real question. Check your lev.
Right.
Let's see here. So let's get practical. Look at these 3 questions here. When you wake up, what's your default attitude? Everyone has a default attitude. Are you grateful? Are you grumbling? Are you expectant or entitled? Are you open? Are you closed off? I want y'all to think about that. So when your alarm went off this morning, what was y'all's first thought? Or when you got in the car to come here, what was your first thought? How was your attitude? Were you glad to be alive, or were you already irritated before the day started? Huh? I'll be honest with y'all. You know, when my alarm went off, I mean, my default attitude was already tripping. It was terrible. I woke up frustrated, overwhelmed, all the things. Okay? Mad at Mike. But for y'all, what's y'all's default? What is y'all's default attitude? Do y'all wake up already frustrated about everything that you have to do that day? You know what happens when you have that attitude? That attitude affects your whole day. And everyone that you interact with. It could poison the atmosphere of the entire surroundings before 8 a.m. just with that attitude. So your baseline attitude affects everyone you encounter. Y'all following so far?
Yes.
I could be tripping over my words. You can change someone's entire day with your attitude, for better or for worse. Y'all agree? So we need to check our attitudes regularly. And we need to ask Yahveh to show us what's really in our lev. Okay, I had a rough time pronouncing this word, so we're going to go ahead and say superior. Y'all can say superiority, whatever. Superior. Y'all know a superior attitude. Some of us might have that attitude. Can anyone tell me what y'all think a superior attitude is? Anybody? Come on. Anybody? Here, they're right here. Here's some bullets. I'm better than them. Huh? They should be more like me. I deserve better treatment. The superior attitude. So I want you to think about it. Remember, the goal isn't to make you feel bad or feel some type of way. The goal is transformation right now. So be honest. Who here has ever caught themselves thinking this way? Right here. All this right here. Have any of y'all thought this to yourself? Well, me too. It's subtle sometimes, and you can see someone like making a parenting choice or something that you disagree with, and you think, I would never do it that way. I would never do that. How many of us are here that do that? Or the pastor makes a move at the home, I would never do that.
Come on.
Or your kids make a decision, I would never do that. You see someone at work who doesn't have the same standards as you, so you look down on them? Or you encounter someone with a different theology as you, so you think that you're better than them? This attitude is poisonous. And Yeshua confronted it directly. Let's go to Luke 18, verse 9 through 14. So starting in verse 9, he says, to someone who were confident in their own righteousness and looked down on everyone else, Yeshua told this parable. 2 men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee and the other one a tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed, Yahveh, I thank you that I'm not like these other people. I thank you I'm not like the robbers, the evildoers, the adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and give a tenth of all I got. That was his prayer. But the tax collector stood at a distance, on the other hand, and he said, or he wouldn't even look up at heaven, right? But he beat his chest and he said, Yahveh, have mercy on me. I'm a sinner.
Come on.
So I tell you this, this man right here rather than the other, he went home justified before Yahveh. And for all those who exalt themselves will be humbled. And those who humble themselves will be exalted. So which one do y'all want to be? Did y'all catch that? The Pharisee had a superior attitude. He said, thank Yahveh, I'm not like those people. Thank Yahveh, I'm not like those people. And Yeshua condemned it. The man who went home right with Yahveh was the one who knew he needed mercy. He's the one that knew, hey, I'm a sinner. Not like this guy. Huh? Let's get into our next Hebrew word. Anava. Say it with me, brothers and sisters. Anava. I only hear one person. Anava. It's simple. Anava. Just let it roll off your tongue. Anava. You could give it a little Mexican act, Anava. Huh? So what does anava mean? It means humility. The word anava means humility. It's a meekness, it's a gentleness. But listen carefully, this is not a weakness. It's a strength under control. This is power that chooses not to be dominant. Amen? Anava. So in Numbers 12, verse 3, the Bible does say that Moshe was the most humble man on earth. But was Moshe weak? Moses confronted Pharaoh. He led millions of people. He performed miracles. But he had anava. He had that humility. True anava means that you don't think less of yourself. You think of yourself less. I kind of like the way that sounds. You don't think less of yourself. You think of yourself less. And you're not constantly comparing yourself to others or trying to prove that you're better. You can celebrate when others succeed. You can learn from other people who are different from you. You won't get mad at the guy falling asleep. You'll encourage him to stay awake. Huh? So here's my question to all y'all. And I actually want some honest answers. Give me some feedback. Focus. Who do you treat with less respect? I'll just let it sit. I heard mother and father. Some said themselves. Who do you treat with less respect? Bosses. What about the dopey? What about the homeless guy in the corner asking for a penny? Huh? What about cashiers, waiters? People who serve you, family members, or people who can't do anything for you? So, how we treat other people and how we treat people who we consider lesser are actually the greater. And it reveals our true character, how we treat other people. Okay? So Yahveh calls us to walk in humility with everyone, regardless of their status, their education, or usefulness to us. It's not about what we could get off that person, what we could benefit from that person. That's the Dophin attitude. Look at that dude's face. He's big mad, huh? Look at that. Big mad. What does that say up there? Critical attitude. So the critical one is the person who's always trying to find fault. He's quick to judge, slow to encourage, always pointing out what's wrong instead of what's right. How many of us could be critical? So I know this one personally because this is where I struggle. Okay? My natural brain is to see what needs fixing. My natural brain is. But while that could be helpful in some contexts, it becomes toxic when it becomes my default attitude towards people. Critical people are exhausting to be around. Ever been around a critical person? Yes. I mean, I'm pretty critical, so y'all should say yes. Huh? I mean, they drain the life out of every room they enter. Nothing is ever good enough. Someone shares good news and that person's like, nah, that ain't all that. There's nothing to write home about. Huh? Or someone tries to share something new with that person and the critical person tells them all the ways that it could fall or it's gonna fail. And I was trying this out with Joel this morning. I was like, compliment this desk. Just wanna try it. Compliment the desk. Oh, it's nice, it's wood. tried to like show them like, hey, compliment this item. And then I shot it down with, well, look, you can't put too much on it. It's kind of cracked right here. It's all this. So there's a positive and then there's a negative. Right. Can y'all be critical?
Yes.
Huh? What about mental? Can y'all be critical? Y'all be critical right now? This guy. Like, I'm nervous right now, so y'all should be critical, because I'm doing all kinds of weird stuff, I think. All right, so in Hebrews 7, let's go there, verse 3. He said, why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? No, yeah, Matthew, sorry. So here's what I've learned about a critical attitude. They always come from hurting hearts. When we're critical of everyone else, it's often because we're critical of ourselves and we're projecting our own pain onto other people. The cure for a critical attitude isn't to just be nicer or smile. The cure is to let Yahveh heal the heart, heal the inner part of your heart. Why you're so critical. Let's get deeper here. What does this one say?
Be offended.
The offended attitude. Y'all know someone that gets offended easy?
Yeah.
Can y'all get offended easy?
Yes.
Have you ever had, they hurt me, so I'll hurt them back? Or I have a right to be upset. Or they need to apologize first, because I'm not apologizing. I don't want to be around her until she apologizes first. I don't want to sit next to him until he says he's sorry. Sheesh, offense, huh? So some people, in my experience, collect offenses like trophies. They rehearse their hurts. They tell the story over and over again, how someone wronged them or hurt their feelings. And they nurture their pain and water it and feed it until it grows into what? Bitterness. Let me tell you something. This attitude will destroy your life. Destroy it. It can poison every relationship you have. I mean, it will steal your joy, ruin your shalom. It'll make you miserable to be around. It's like, dang, you just said they had a nice shirt, now they're crying. What did I say wrong? It took Proverbs 19, verse 11. A person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook a what? Offense. Did y'all catch that? It's to your glory to overlook an offense. Not to collect it, not to rehearse it, not to weaponize it, to overlook it. Huh? So some of y'all are holding on to something from what, 10 years ago? Last year? Yesterday? Some of y'all are holding something in y'all's heart. Are y'all still big mad about something someone said to you or about you a year ago? I heard from a friend, I heard in the Pinta, I heard in on the east side, I heard in the streets that they said this about me. I ain't talking to that person. Let it go, Elsa. That offense is killing you, not them. And they've probably forgotten all about it, but you're the one carrying it around. Let it go. I mean, that was a hard one for me to deal with. I'm like, oh, that guy said this about me. They're all walking around all happy, and I see them like, you do the, it's like when you're pronouncing a Hebrew word. This guy. Say what you want. Huh? Let it go. Can y'all see that? It's kind of small. This word salak. Say it again. Salak. Salak. So this is where we need this Hebrew word. So salak means to forgive, to pardon. It's to let it go like Elsa did. Salak. Forgive and pardon. Okay? So in Torah, in the first 5 books, that is, salak is only ever used with Yahveh as the subject. Now pay attention to that. The word salak was only used as Yahveh as the subject. You know what that means? That means that's supernatural. Because only Yahveh can have true salak. So when we're called to forgive others or pardon them, we're called to do something supernatural. We're called to let Yahveh's forgiveness flow through us to others. Colossians 3, verse 13, Paul writes, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as Yahveh forgave you. So as Yahveh forgave you, that's the key. That's the point. You can't manufacture forgiveness through positive thinking or good intentions. You need Yahveh's Ruach. You need that power from a supernatural source. And that's Yahveh. You need his Salat to flow through you to forgive. I think it's a beautiful thing to forgive someone. I mean, it takes a lot of humbling yourself. It takes a lot of swallowing your pride to forgive someone. Especially if it's a family member or, I mean, come on, everyone has a family member that just irks the heck out of you. Let it go. I think it changes your attitude more than it changes theirs, right? And forgiveness is key that unlocks the prison that you built around your own heart. So who do y'all need to forgive today? Who do you need to forgive today?
Amen.
Think about it. Who can I forgive today that I'm stuck on? You don't have to say it in a prayer. You don't have to, you can do it in your brain. You could just forgive them, let it go. When you see them, hey, God bless you. If that person don't accept it, you did your part. Huh? Now, if you get mad that they don't accept it, then now you have that heart condition all over again. We'll come back to this at the end. Let's flip the switch here. The grateful attitude. How many of y'all are grateful? I mean, I think all of us have gone through enough trials and troubles in our life. I mean, from our drug addict life to the streets, I mean, to family members, to drama. I mean, whatever it is, we've all gone through it, right? How many of us are grateful for where Yahveh put us today? I mean, I'm grateful. Am I the only one grateful?
Nope.
Are y'all grateful? What about when you see a family member get saved? And sober and happy and
Praise God, amen.
yeah. So we talked about attitudes that destroy relationships, right? Let's shift gears here, because the Christian life isn't just about avoiding bad things. The Hebraic life is actually about doing good things. And that's action. I'm challenging all of y'all to a call of action. Not just to learn a word or define a word, it's to apply it to y'all's life.
Amen.
Apply forgiveness. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, I do want y'all to write that down and come back to it. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is Yahveh's will for you in who? Messiah Yeshua. So in all circumstances, it says, not just good ones, but even when things don't go your way. I don't know, let me ask y'all this. When's the last time you thanked someone for something small? For like a small little deed. When's the last time you said, hey, thanks? I appreciate that. Not for like a big old gift or a huge favor, but something small. Like someone hold the door for you. Do y'all say thank you? Does anyone hold the door for y'all? Or if you merge in traffic, don't get pastor behind the wheel. He'll be hungry. But when's the last time? See, gratitude is a practice. It should become a habit, and you should be more grateful in y'all's lives. Instead of being more critical and all these other attitudes I pointed out, like look where you are at today. It could be worse, right? We could say we all gone to hell and back, or however that saying goes. It could be way worse. Be grateful. Like, dang, I woke up today, I got Yahveh in my heart, I'm going to Kahila on Shabbat. I might not be where I want to be, but I'm definitely where I should be. It's all a process. Be grateful. Let's see here. Who irritates y'all? I put this here so y'all can write on y'all's little piece of paper if y'all have one. I challenge every single one of y'all, name 3 people who irritate you. Now, I don't need to hear it, because if I'm one of them, I'm going to be offended. Like, in y'all's hearts, between you and Yahveh, I want y'all to actually name 3 people who irritate you. Like, seriously. Like, really check your heart. 3 is a lot. Not for me. I could do that in a blink of an eye. I mean, 3 is a lot, but now I want y'all to say, what's one thing you can generously thank that person for? One of those persons. You're all nothing. That's why they irritate me. But this is a challenge. I'm honestly challenging y'all to do this, not just hear it and not do nothing about it. Actually do it. Men's Home, I challenge every single one of y'all. Write it down. Name 3 people who irritate y'all. It could be in the home, because I know that happens. It could be out there. Huh? Think about it. Think of these three people, not people you hate, but just people that irritate you, okay? Let's go from there. So people who just get under your skin, or people who frustrate you, maybe it's a coworker, a family member, a neighbor, one of us here, write it down. So if y'all got them in y'all's heads already, here's the hard part. What's one thing that you can generally thank them for? Not something fake or sarcastic, something real. Like, what's one good quality they have? Think about that. Since they irritate you, think about what's one quality that you think is a good one. Like, I can't stand him, but he dresses nice. I mean, simple as that. I'm trying to exercise y'all's brains here, okay? Or on the flip side, she irritates me, but she smells good. Or she irritates me, but she cooks good. I mean, there's so many different ways to go about it, but I want it's just to exercise y'all's brains. So there's y'all's challenge, okay? The servant attitude. How many of y'all feel y'all could be a good servant? I mean, y'all can serve. It's easy to help other people. I feel like it's easier to be selfless than selfish. But of course, you gotta start from being selfish, self-centeredness, till you get broken down and Yahveh humbles you, then you're like, oh, this is not about me. I have a thing for older people. I know that sounds weird last time I said that, but I'm like, if y'all know what I mean, like I try to help the elderly people.
Yeah.
Like I always see them, like, oh, I can help them. It's an old man, I'm gonna help him walk. Or it's a lady, I'm gonna help carry her groceries. Or,
Amen.
I mean, Tracy's good with people that are helpless as well. I know a lot of y'all that help people. It's just the heart condition. There's Brother Gilbert. He better not be one of those names either. But anyways, I'm talking about the servant attitude. In Philippians 2, verse 5 through 7, he says, in your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Yeshua, who being the very nature Yahveh, did not consider equality with Yahveh something to be used for his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant. Y'all follow me so far? So how much more can we serve? Whatever y'all do now in y'all's lives now, how much more can y'all do to be a good servant? Think about it. Let the silence take your brain somewhere. The servant attitude says, how can I help you? Not, what can you do for me? Or, hey, I'll help you if you do this for me. You do it because you want to. You do it with not expecting something in return. I think it's important. Y'all think it's important?
Amen.
Let's get to our next Hebrew word. Jeremy, correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Is it chesed?
Chesed.
Oh, that's chesed. If you read it, I read chesed, but we could go with chesed. Okay? Write this word down. This brings us to our fourth word here. Fourth. So this one's kind of beautiful. Chesed is the loving kindness, a loyal love, a covenant faithfulness, right? This word is used over and over and over to describe Yahveh's love towards us. If you do your Hebrew study on this word, it just takes you like so many different directions. I think it's a really cool word. But this is what makes chesed different from regular words. Chesed doesn't quit. It's not like a temporary love. It's unconditional. It's forever. It doesn't quit. It's not based on feelings. It's not a commitment action. No, it is a commitment action, sorry. And it's a love that keeps showing up even when it's hard or when time gets rough. So when you have a difficult teenager, for instance, who's pushing you away, chesed is what keeps you loving them through it. Or if you have a family member or your neighbor right now, the chesed is what's going to keep it. Chesed. This is a love that doesn't depend on the other person earning it, just like Yahveh's love towards us. We don't deserve it, but he still gives it. So who in your life needs your chesed right now? Think about it. Who needs it? Who needs your loyal kindness even though it's hard, huh? Even though they don't deserve it, even if you don't feel like doing it, who needs it? Y'all know someone? What about the other generation that's behind us? What about the newborn babies? What about the single people out there, Ray? Or what about the mentally challenged or the strung out dope fiend that no one pays attention to? What about them? What about y'all's prayer lives? Is it about, oh Lord, help me and me and me and me, do this for me? And your prayer life should be about other people, right? Yahveh, help me deal with this person, or Yahveh, put this person in my path so I can help them. Ain't that more gooder? More gooder. The generous attitude. Are y'all generous with y'all's time? How about y'all's words? Are y'all generous with what? Think about it. So when we think of generosity, we usually think about money right away. But I'm talking about being generous with more than money. I'm talking about your time, your prayer, your love, your effort. Give someone the benefit of the doubt. Proverbs 11:25 says, a generous person will prosper, and whoever refreshes others will too be refreshed.
Amen.
So are you stingy or generous how you view other people? That's a weird question, but it makes sense. So when someone makes a mistake, for instance, do you immediately assume the worst about them, or do you give them the benefit of the doubt? Like, hey, it was a mistake, he tried. No, this guy. So I've noticed that stingy people who are like tight-fisted with grace, with time and with kindness, they're usually unhappy people. They're unhappy. They're unhappy with their lives. But when you give them grace and you give them some time and you actually invest in these kind of people, you can make an impact on this person. You can encourage them to do better. But no, well, what do we do most of the time? We just shut them out, closed off. No, we're not going to help her. She said this about me, or that guy doesn't like me, or he has an ugly face, or he's rolling his eyes when I talk, or he's going. I mean, be generous. Take some time and get to know that person. I mean, I dealt with that for years. I can't stand that guy. Until I actually went over there and humbled myself, talked to him. Oh, he's a good guy. He's just like me. That's why I don't like him. He's just like me. Huh? Can y'all relate? Let's get to our other Hebrew word here. Y'all should know this one, right? Kavod. Say it with me. Kavod. Kavod is honor, glory, await, and respect. So go to Romans 12, verse 10. It says, be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Another translation that says, outdo one another in showing honor. Y'all believe every person deserves kavod? Because they're made in the image of Yahveh, or because you have to do it? I mean, from the janitor to the CO, same kavod. From the least to the best, same kavod. From the homeless person to the most rich person, show kavod. From a newborn baby to the most elderly person with dementia, same kavod. They're both deserving of the same thing, right? He says how you treat the least of these. Everyone knows that scripture. How you treat the least of these reveals your true character and your attitude. Kavod. See, you can't fake it for long term, guys. You can fake it till you make it, but you really didn't make it. So we talked about some destructive attitudes and building attitudes. Let's talk about how you could actually change. Because here's the truth. You can't fake good attitudes for long term. It always comes off. You could smile, be polite at church. You could wave at people. You could just smile. You could say all the right things. You could perform. But what's really in the heart? You can't fake it for long. Yahveh promises us in Ezekiel 36, verse 26, I will give you a new heart and put you a new spirit. And I will remove from you all the heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. That's what Yahveh promises. Here's our attitude transformation plan. Start from the bottom. Admit your bad attitudes, Yahveh. This is a lev examination. Ask for anavaz, the next step, for humility. The next one is practice salak. This is forgiveness daily. Next one is choose chesed. Choose it. The last one is give kavod, honor to everyone. Here's some steps for transformation. Can y'all see that? Kind of covers everything we just talked about. So let's wrap this up here. Who do you need to change your attitude towards? Write this down. Ask yourself again. Who can I change my attitudes toward? Who? If y'all wrote 3 things down or thought of 3 people in y'all's heads, y'all should be able to answer this. What's the next one say? Come on, read it. Which specific attitude do y'all think Yahveh is trying to adjust in you? Think about it. Or what's one way you'll treat others different this week? Let's not talk about long term. Let's talk about right now. Who can we treat different this week? I want y'all to think about this for a little bit, okay? So we talked about lev, anava, salak, chesed, and kavod. Hopefully y'all wrote those down. So let me leave y'all with this truth. People won't remember what you said, they'll remember how you made them feel. Write that down. People won't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. Your attitude is showing every single day, brothers and sisters. In every interaction, at work, at home, church, grocery store, people are watching. And more importantly, Yahveh is watching. Not to condemn you, but because he cares about who you are and who you're becoming. In Philippians 2:5, it says, in your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Yeshua. So here's y'all's challenge. Write them down. Here's y'all's commitment challenge. I know I'm going to challenge myself to do this week, starting today. I'm going to ask Yahveh to check our levs. Ask Yahveh to check your lev. So in y'all's prayer life, ask him, Yahveh, check my lev. Check my heart for me. Choose one person to show chesed to. Give kavod to someone overlooked. What does this one say? I can't see it. Okay, what's the scripture say? Alright. So if we pray for that chesed, just pray that Yahveh helps us with this kindness, even when it's hard. Help us to break down our hearts and our just that ugly attitudes that we have. As the worship team comes up here, I want y'all to really think about that. Like, just pray for Yahveh to. As the worship team comes up here, please. Like, actually think about what Yahveh can do in y'all's hearts right now.